This video Why is Sukuna always hating on Yuji? I usually give an introduction to the topic to remind you guys as to why I think we should be talking about it.
Growing up in the 90s, I was convinced I was living through the cartoon golden age. Dexter's Laboratory, Ed, Ed and Eddie, Rugrats. I mean, remember Recess? It was awesome! Then YouTube happened. And in 2007, without realizing it, I switched off Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and Disney Channel forever, thinking, hey, I've already seen the best animation has to offer. What could I possibly be missing? What the hell is all this? While I was busy failing college, an entirely new generation reshaped animation and pop culture without me. Steven Universe, Phineas and Ferb, Adventure Time. Sure, some seemed funny, but I stubbornly ignored them all. And yet one show kept coming up in conversation again and again and again. Gravity Falls. So you know what? I might be a 34-year-old stick in the mud, but I'm also a reviewer, and today, I'm finally putting Gravity Falls to the millennial test. Will it impress me, or will my nostalgia win out in the end? Honestly, I'm excited to find out. Gravity Falls, here I come. Okay, I'm here, and I'm gonna take this one seriously, so... Great, now I look like I'm from Gravity Falls. In order to better understand my enemy, I need to inhabit its body. I need to breathe like it. So, firstly, I should disclose, I don't normally like episodic stories, especially if the main characters don't click with me right away. And I'm gonna be honest, when Mabel first appeared on my screen, my skepticism skyrocketed. Immediately, I thought this character is either gonna be the most irritating thing I've ever witnessed, or an absolute treat. So many shows these days have hashtag quirky walking headaches posing as supporting characters, but it's here Gravity Falls pleasantly surprised me.
He never blinks! Have you noticed that?
Maybe he's blinking when you're blinking.
So apparently this show's hilarious. I'm not kidding. I had to pause pretty much every episode because I was laughing too long. There's a tongue-in-cheek silliness to these scripts that offer something for all ages. For the young, you've got Mabel kissing a leaf blower, and for the adults, you've got...
You simply must come in for coffee.
But I came...
It's imported, all the way from Colombia.
Wow. I went to jail there once.
But yeah, alright, okay, we get it. It's funny, but comedy alone isn't enough to win me over, and typically episodic shows like this don't really hold my attention without something deeper, an overarching narrative. And by the time I reached the end of episode 1, there didn't really seem to be much. Well, outside of this weird moment where Dipper discovers a strange journal hidden inside a metal tree. But yeah, whatever. Kid shows are weird sometimes. Or at least, that's what I thought until I saw something odd in episode 3. You see, during Mabel's wax sculpture presentation, a mysterious figure can be seen darting out of frame. This was noteworthy to me because, typically in animation, background characters remain static. Not because it's more immersive, animation is just really expensive. So animators tend to reserve movement for what's essential to the plot. But that guy right there moved, and not only did he move, but he vanished from the episode immediately afterwards. His attire looked completely out of place and almost futuristic, and he was definitely holding something, though I can't really make it out. Initially, I thought I might be overthinking things, but halfway through episode 4, my friend pointed out a core part of this series that I had completely overlooked. And incredibly, it wasn't even my fault. No, not the vomiting gnome, the cipher hidden beneath it. You see, each episode ends with a coded message, a secret puzzle for viewers. However, unlike most of you who watched Gravity Falls on the original broadcast with television, I've been watching it on my computer through Disney+. And on streaming, as soon as an episode hits the credits, it autoplays to the next episode, completely skipping past the ciphers. You thought you could get away from me. Well, unlucky for you, Mr. Cipher. I'm not some dumb kid. I'm a stressed out father of 3 operating on 4 hours of sleep and a caffeine addiction. I will solve you. Alright, so the first step is to determine the language. So given the target audience and origin of the show, I figured whatever the hidden message was going to be, it would have to be in English. Step 2. Identify the cipher type. At first glance, I wondered if it was a simple anagram, with each word's letters simply jumbled around, but WR clearly couldn't be rearranged into an English word, so that meant it had to be a substitution cipher. Those are slightly more complicated. Which brought me to step 3, cracking the code. Cipher solving takes trial and error, and thankfully this code had an easy giveaway, the double OO in the final word IDOOV. In English, only certain amounts of double letters appear regularly. The most common are EE, SS, and LL. Now, given that L was closest to the letter O out of all 3 of these options, I started there and, guys, that was it. And assuming double O translated to double L, I shifted every other letter 3 spaces back and bingo. Welcome to Gravity Falls indeed. Okay, Gravity Falls, you got my full attention now. And after decoding that first cipher, the messages kept on coming. Episode 2's was next week, return to Butt Island. Episode 3 was he's still in the vents. And episode 4 was Carla, why won't you call me? None of these made sense to me right away, except for maybe the Larry King in the vents line, but that's not the important part. Suddenly, Gravity Falls went from a funny cartoon I was vaguely interested in to something deeper, almost interactive. What's with the metal tree? What's with the mysterious book Dipper found? What's with that metal tree though? Why does Gideon have a magical talisman and a journal similar to Dipper's only with the number 2? And what's with that metal tree?
What is happening here?
Okay, chill out, Mark. You're not a kid. You can figure this out. All right. With the cipher conquered, I realized I was approaching this with an outdated mindset, perhaps. My boomer brain, if you will. Unlike my childhood, Gravity Falls aired during a time where pausing and rewinding live television was commonplace, and this suggested to me important clues could be hiding during split-second moments. So I revisited episode 1, specifically the rapid page flipping of Dipper's journal. At normal speed, I couldn't really see much of anything, but going frame by frame, a whole new layer emerged. Number 1, a page warning of cursed doors. Avoid this door on Main Street, ominously pointing to a door number 13. A cryptic message about increased energy readings or something? I don't know. Number 2, a chilling circular diagram marked boldly with trust no one. Again, no idea how to read into that. Number 3, a letter dated June 18th from the journal's author, who's been apparently researching Gravity Falls for 6 years and intriguingly called it a geographical oddity. And number 4, an almost fully obscure page in blue ink, which tells me that this page is important. It shows, I think, a map-like drawing of trees with cryptic directions and the intriguing phrase, "You can't miss it," dated, I think, June 13th. And while I couldn't glean much of anything from this journal wasn't just set dressing, it invited speculation and deeper narrative exploration. Whose journal is it? Where did Gideon find his? And where is journal number 1? This is precisely when I knew I was genuinely hooked. While episodic stories can be hit or miss, Gravity Falls was checking every single box. It had lovable characters, hilarious humor, and crucially, an intriguing, overarching mystery for me to sink my teeth into. It's episodic enough to casually enjoy a standalone episode, but richly serialized for those who dive deeper, much the same way Avatar: The Last Airbender approached its story. And honestly, reflecting back, none of the cartoons I grew up with ever dared something this ambitious. Alright. Mysterious puzzles keep me engaged, but in truth, the actual heartbeat of the story that kept me excitedly coming back remained with the characters and their personal journeys. Episode 5, The Inconveniencing, proved to me that the sharpness of the show didn't just reside within its cryptic undercurrents, but indeed its literary prowess. In other words, the story's got hands. While earlier episodes certainly conveyed valuable lessons about family, growth, and trust, they typically presented these themes as subtle artifacts within the story rather than their defining aspects. But episode 5 doesn't do that. Its message of being true to yourself drives the entire story. Through Dipper's relatable struggle to impress his crush Wendy by hiding who he truly is, this element of the plot also informs Wendy's growth and contention with her own immaturity, thus setting up the clear flaws for both characters to overcome, allowing us at home to share in their journey of honesty and growth. Honestly, at this point, it's the most well-rounded episode so far, and it made me love Mabel even more than I already did. Also, I want to point this out because it's a really fun, cute detail, but when they were trying to escape the haunted convenience store, there's a literal cereal box that asks the question, can you escape? And hilariously, the puzzle is inescapable. I kind of love that. Continuing the trend of cleverly focusing on two characters, this time with diametrically opposing flaws, episode 6 explores the themes of masculinity through Stan and Dipper. Through contrasting Stan's roughness and Dipper's softness, it emphasizes that the answer to their respective conflicts was never connected to their outward self, but rather their internal sense of worth. And crucially, Dipper's defining moment isn't some stereotypical display of toughness either, but rather a demonstration of his willingness to stand by his principles in the face of terrifying odds. And of course, the irony was not lost on me that a character named Lazy Susan was repeatedly frustrated by her inability to manually spin something. Do I love this show?
I'm Mabel.
That sounds like a fat old lady's name.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Mabel, I cannot describe how much I adore your soul. Please, for the love of God, never change. And in keeping with the constant forward progression of this story, this might be the most sophisticated episode in terms of structure yet. When it comes to Gravity Falls leveraging its characters for the sake of plot, typically we've seen it focus on the core cast's prominent flaws: insecurity, loneliness, immaturity, etc. This time, however, it's different thanks to Mabel because she doesn't actually need to learn a lesson. She's good, which means she's offering Gravity Falls its first ever flat character arc. While Dipper is positioned as the one who is changed by the world around him, a positive change arc, Mabel, thanks to her genuine and innocent sensibilities, flips the script and provides those around her with a lesson instead. Much like the last episode leveraged the visual contrast between Stan and Dipper to drive home its message, this one leans into the very fabric of the narrative's DNA to create antithetical A and B plotlines to help the episode feel whole. Mabel doesn't need to learn the same lesson Dipper does. Mabel is exactly what Dipper needs to be, true to himself instead of putting on this artificial persona. Illustrated, I think, ingeniously by him literally opposing the old versions of himself as they
Range is one of those things that is completely unfair if you get enough of it, and in this run, I got a lot of it. That's it. That's my hook. Enjoy this bullshit run. We're gonna need the castle, bro. Believe it or not, we will absolutely need that.
I love castle.
Yeah.
I am a castle enjoyer.
140, all attack speed. Oh my god. That is a crazy start. That is a crazy, crazy start, dude. Do you see this? I got AD critical for my stats, man. Wow.
Okay, that's crazy.
It's so broken, clicking anvil. Simple ADC gameplay. Free range, non-GMO. Just walk up and hit them. Look how easy this is.
Just hit.
Just hit them. Just
I'll
hit.
make some plants like
What?
king.
Oh, okay. Right. This guy's gonna gate. He's not gonna gate.
I'm gonna get have some nice healing like king.
Right. Look how free this is, man. I just kind of walk on him and hit him. Okay, round one, always boring. Gotta cut it, you know? Gotta cut it a little bit. Kill this guy.
It is what it is. It's like watching little kitties fight.
Wait, sorry,
I'll be
what?
save you, bro.
Like cats?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Little kittens, bro.
Alright, okay. Makes sense.
Or like little kindergartners, honestly, both work.
Yo,
please,
almost.
no.
We almost did the Darius. I wanted to show how easy it is to just ADC support, vote Darius, and win. But it's all good. Here we go. So simple. Put E in front. Okay, well. cut. Yeah, I'm actually just gonna kill this guy. Hey.
Yeah, go for it, bro.
Okay, he just flashed.
Alright, bro.